News for Midday starts now.
We're getting you ready for Passover.
Take a look at this. New ideas for the traditional meal and recipes you can use anytime. We'll show you.
Passover 2016 is upon us, and people of the Jewish faith will begin the observance this Friday evening at sundown. Friday night means, for many of you, the first Passover Seder. Chef and author Paula Scheuer, welcome back. It's so great to have you again.
It's always great to come back here.
Well, we love the things that we've seen you make all kinds of wonderful desserts. You have a cookbook on that. Now you've got a new cookbook that is all about Passover, right?
Right. After 2 dessert books, this is my first food book, so it was fun to put out there something different for a change.
Now, we know that for Passover, the Seder has some things that are a must, but the brisket and the potatoes.
Right.
And,
we always have matzo ball soup and gefilte fish. And, you know, what I tried to do in this book was take traditional things and make them more interesting. I have gefilte fish with fresh salmon. I have chicken meatballs that look like matzo balls, but they're healthier. They're gluten-free. So I try to have new twists on things. There's always going to be a Seder plate on the table with different kinds of charosset.
Just hold the Seder plate. It's because it's so beautiful. This is also the cover
Be careful,
of
those
your
little
book.
trays slide.
Oh,
and basically it's the story of the Israelites in Egypt. You know, we have like bitter herbs, and then we have something sweet and green, and the shank bone from the Paschal lamb offering. So it's...
And do people actually eat from the Seder plate?
We eat the bitter herbs and we eat the charosset, which is, there's all different kinds of charosset. Some Ashkenazi, some Sephardi. I usually have both.
And that's apples and raisins?
Right. So the Ashkenazi is apples and walnuts and sweet wine, and the Sephardic one is the dried fruit one with all kinds of prunes, figs, dates.
Wow.
And I have both in the book, so it's, I tried to do that.
What are you making for us today?
So today I am making roasted eggplant with a bell pepper vinaigrette. So Passover for me is about fresh vegetables. It's springtime. I don't want to have heavy food. So, and this recipe is super easy, as is everything in the book. And basically, you take eggplant and you cut it into, I don't know, 3/4 of an inch or inch slices, and you put it on a pan. So I just brush the pan with a little bit of oil and just put my slices there.
A baking pan?
You could use anything. In Passover, we use a lot of disposable pans because we're cooking for so many people. So any pan, a grill pan, you can even do this on the outside grill. And then I take some turmeric and cumin, and we're not even measuring here, it doesn't matter. And you just broil this in the oven for like 5 minutes. And then you turn them over, brush some more oil, and sprinkle some more spices on top.
In the oven?
Right in the oven. I use the broil feature.
Okay,
so it's really easy, and then it ends up looking like this. So you have these really nice roasted eggplant
5 minutes
slices.
on each side. About
5 minutes on each side. You know, you have to watch it. And then I'll put them on a platter overlapping like that. And then what I do is I'll heat up some oil in a pan. And then I will take onions and peppers. And I just wanted to show the audience quickly just how I cut these nice little cubes. You want to make sure you have a pepper that's flat. And then you cut it into little tiny strips, like long strips like this. And you can do this with any color peppers. I use red or yellow or orange.
Yeah, you're really good with that.
You line it up and you just cut little cubes. You could do this too, Barbara, I am certain of it. And then you do the same thing with the onion. And then you have, look at these beautiful colors, and you can...
Oh, those are gorgeous.
So you heat up the oil.
Do you see that? That's yellow, orange, and red peppers.
Yeah, because it's such a great contrast with the dark eggplant. And then you'll heat up the oil and add that to the pan.
How long do those have to cook?
That cooks about 2 minutes. And then you put some red onion in, which I cut also little pieces. And I'll cook this up for about 2-3 minutes, and then I add some white vinegar and some sugar, so it ends up being kind of a sweet and sour thing, so kind of tangy. And you cook this for 1 minute, so 4 minutes.
Wow.
And then you take this topping, which looks like this, cooked, and you sprinkle it on top. And it's like a marinade.
Let's see if we can show that from the top. That is really beautiful.
Yeah, it's super, super easy, and it's like... And what's so nice about this is that you can, you serve it at room temperature. So if you're having the Seder, you don't have to worry about heating things up. So I like having a lot of vegetables that I don't have to deal with. I put them on a platter and I'm done.
You put this on the table with all the other things.
Right. I might do a buffet, depending. I usually do buffets a lot for holidays just because it's hard to pass everything.
Quickly tell us what else you brought with you.
Well, I'm the kosher baker, so I love my desserts. These are cookie bars that have nuts, coconut, dried fruit, anything you like you can throw in those with an almond base. But these I love. These are fruit tarts for Passover. So I made meringue shells and a classic like lemon cream like you would make for a lemon meringue pie. You could do key lime. You could also fill these with whipped cream, chocolate mousse, and I put fresh fruit on top.
And I bet you made those from scratch.
Oh yeah, but, that takes too long to make to do on TV, but it's just and those are my triple chocolate biscotti, which is a staple in my house. You always need.
It is so easy for you.
No, they are. I promise you, this book is easy. Everyone is telling me that, so I know. It is.
Paula Scheuer, thanks so much for coming. The New Passover Menu is her book, and we're always glad to see you.
Well, thank you so much. I hope everyone will buy the book. It's on sale on Amazon right now.
Okay.
I'm very happy about that.
Pat, you want some of this over here?
Yes, indeed.
Get over here and join us.
Delicious Seder foods on another delicious spring day. Tom is back in just a few minutes with